students with the courage to compete internationally. Sokana shared some tips to be ready to participate in such big competitions through her experience and courage.
I can say that all you have to be is brave, and you have to learn to speak up for yourself. As for debate, you have to speak up for yourself to prove your point, and that the internet exists for a reason. So you should go on there and research about the topic that World Scholar Club provide for us.
Golden Gate American School was established in 1996 and became a general education school in 2009, using an international curriculum to teach Cambodian students. The school has gained a reputation for producing students who travel to international competitions to represent Cambodia. Since 2017, they have sent 231 students to compete internationally in programs like the Pangaea Math Olympiad, Teen Eagle, the Copernicus Olympiad, and the World Scholars Cup.
It's all right to try new things, and it would be a great experience. And if you didn't do great, it's okay. Everyone came from a bad background and have made mistakes. People who you see that are perfect is not actually perfect. They also came from somewhere that you never know, or somewhere that have bad backgrounds or made some mistake too.
Tao lục nẹ chit rip api pipia miền tế. Hai bị bạ rộpក្រុមហ៊ុនថតវីដេអូផ្សាយផ្ទាល់ដែលមានគុណភាពមែនទេអស់កង្វល់ Ratika ជាក្រុមហ៊ុនទទួលស្គាល់លំដាប់អន្តរជាតិលើសេវាកម្មថតផ្សាយផ្ទាល់គ្រប់កម្មវិធីកម្រិត 4K ដំបូងបង្អស់នៅកម្ពុជា Ratika ប្រើប្រាស់ឧបករណ៍ទំនើបម៉ាកល្បីៗធានាគុណភាពការផលិតតាមបច្ចេកវិទ្យាទាន់សម័យ Ratika នឹងជួយធ្វើឲ្យកម្មវិធីលោកអ្នកកាន់តែមានភាពអស្ចារ្យលោកអ្នកនឹងបានឃើញរាល់សកម្មភាពក្នុងពិធីទៅលើកញ្ចក់ទូរទស្សន៍ទំហំធំកម្រិត 4K និងការបញ្ចាំងលើផ្ទាំងក្រណាត់សព្រមទាំង LED ដែលមានរូបភាពច្បាស់ត្រជាក់ភ្នែកសូមអញ្ជើញកក់ពីឥឡូវនេះតាមរយៈលេខទូរស័ព្ទ 012 823 848 017 838 889 និង 016 823 848 Ratika ទំនុកចិត្តការទទួលខុសត្រូវនិងគុណភាពខ្ពស់ Ratika Entertainment ក្រុមតន្ត្រីអាជីពកំសាន្តបែបស្រាលពីរោះមិនថ្លង់ភ្ញៀវរំភើបចិត្តពិធីរឹតតែអស្ចារ្យ Relax ហើយកក់ពីឥឡូវ
If it's happening and you need to know about it, you'll get it all right here. EAC News brings you updates and breaking news in English across all of our platforms and channels. The EAC News app, YouTube, Facebook, Telegram, Twitter, and our website www.eacnews.asia. EAC News' passionate team of reporters, writers, cameramen and video editors are hard at work around the clock, bringing you world-class reports on everything from local and regional news to the latest international stories and the most dramatic footage from around the world. It takes meetings, research, phone calls and emails. And that's before we even get out of the newsroom and onto the set.
I'm Anthony Ellis, a news reporter for EAC News. Thanks for watching.
Cambodian tourists to China. I'm Kristen Winters. I'm a news reporter with EAC News. Thank you for watching.
I'm Darshana Gauchan, EAC News reporter. Thanks for watching us.
I'm Dekha Nim, Sales and Marketing Manager at EAC News. Thank you for joining us.
I am Honsray Watt, EAC News Channel Manager. Thank you for watching us.
EAC News English language news show, Cambodia's most comprehensive, the Daily Roundup on the EAC News channel, shooting interviews into the field. And those pieces to camera. Join us and subscribe. We wouldn't want you to miss a thing. The Daily Roundup on the EAC News channel. EAC News, Cambodia made clear.
You're watching EAC News.
Thanks for joining us. You're watching EAC News. Thank you for joining us. Mondulkiri Provincial Police informed residents and tourists to avoid National Road 76A near Mondulkiri's Andong Kralong village after a landslide completely wiped out a stretch of the road following heavy rain. EAC News reporter Anthony Ellis has more.
Last night in Mondulkiri, police informed everyone planning to travel to National Road 76A between Mondulkiri and Phnom Penh to take a detour via Karachi and Ratchanakiri provinces. They said that the stretch between 91 to 99 kilometre marker, over 10 metres of the road had completely collapsed down the side of the hill, leaving a massive crater in its stead. In a video, the Mondulkiri police said that the National Road 76 is completely cut off to both small and large vehicles. Traffic is to be completely blocked to all vehicles from the road until further notice. Anthony Ellis, EAC News.
You're watching EAC News. Thank you for joining us. The Asian Development Bank, or ADB, approved a $100 million loan to help build Cambodia's workforce capacity by addressing skills gaps and shortcomings through education and investment reform. The loan will focus on technical and vocational training, or TVET, with the participation of the private sector. EAC News reporter Anthony Ellis has the details.
The first sub-program of the Skills Development Program for the Future Economy will help transform Cambodia into a knowledge-driven and technology-driven industry economy through strengthening human resources by focusing on improving the country's environment in development skills, by providing industry-led, environment-friendly training and mobilising additional funds for in-demand skills development. ADB Country Director for Cambodia, Joystana Varma, said that the reform of Cambodia's labour force and economic mobilisation require continuous reform of the TVET system through the in-depth strategies and timely investment. According to an ADB report, there are approximately 9 million workers in Cambodian labour market, 49% of which are women. By 2021, 54% of Cambodians will be under the age of 30, which presents a unique opportunity for the country to increase investment in human resource development and increase skills for the new employees entering the labour market towards meeting industry needs. The ADB emphasised that the program is a key element for their support for the rural government in strengthening human resources and developing the private sector and the labour market. The program, in line with the rural government joint development plan and strategy, as well as the ADB strategy strategic for Cambodia 2019 to 2023. Anthony Ellis, EAC News.
You're watching EAC News. Thank you for joining us. Thousands of flying foxbacks have established a home in the trees nearby Damran Pagoda, about 14 kilometers outside of Battambang City. The locale is a tourist destination that has only been enriched by the presence of the Southeast Asian natives. Huyen Sopal, a vendor in the area, said that the herds have been a prominent feature of the area since the 1990s. While they still live in the surrounding farms and orchards, they have moved to the villages since farmers began shooting at them to protect their crops. He estimated that there are upwards of 10,000 bats living in the trees. Flying foxbacks are endemic to parts of Southeast Asia that border the Gulf of Thailand, although they have been seen as far north as China. While they are nocturnal feeders of fruit, they are also active during the day when parents feed their young and perform grooming rituals. Between habitat loss and being hunted to protect orchards, the bats are currently listed as vulnerable. Vinder Hohen Sokpal said that the bats are a big draw for tourists in the area, who are interested in their strange mannerisms, sleeping upside down in precarious positions and making a loud din that sounds like machinery from a distance. He noted that while their bodies look like bats, their heads look like dogs. Deputy Director of the Battambang Department of Tourism, Ham Arun, confirmed that the large bat population near the Buddhist pagoda is a big draw for tourists. He sees the peculiar creatures as an opportunity to encourage tourists and locals alike towards conservation efforts. Kristen Winters, EAC News. You're watching EAC News. Thank you for joining us. According to the Director of Tourism Development and Culture Department at Apsara National Authority, approximately 2.6 million domestic and international tourists visited the Angkor Archaeological Park in Siem Reap Province in the first 7 months of 2023. The numbers confirm an upward trend in Cambodian tourism, which was devastated by the COVID-19 pandemic. EAC News reporter Anthony Ellis has the details.
Tourism Director Seng Sotira said that over 2.6 million guests were welcome at the park, around 2.2 million were domestic visitors, and just over 439,000 were foreign tourists. This is a huge increase from the time last year when just under 84,000 international visitors went to Angkor Archaeological Park. Seng Sotira is optimistic that the number of tourists will keep rising, especially after Siem Reap Angkor International Airport opens in mid-October. According to Angkor Enterprise, nearly 54,000 foreign tourists visited the site in July alone, generating $2.4 million. Over 107,000 US dollars was donated to Cambodia Kunta Pupa Foundation in July to support the humanitarian efforts of their children's hospitals. Tickets can only be bought at the Angkor ticket office and are sold by the number of days in the park, rather than individual temples. A one-day pass runs at $37 US, 3 days is $62, and 1 week is $72. The passes allow access not only to the Angkor Wat complex, which spans nearly 163 acres and the largest temple complex in the world, but also dozens of surrounding temples like Bayon and the famous Tomb Raider temple Ta Prohm. In late 2022, the government announced a free Angkor pass to foreigners who have been residing in Cambodia for at least 2 years, meant to increase tourism flow.
At least 2,000 snares were removed. The statement recognized the invaluable efforts of park rangers in conserving Cambodia's wildlife. The statement said, quote, "Rangers and river guards of the Cambodian government, with the participation of patrol members of local communities, have been playing an active role in safeguarding wildlife, forest, fishery resources, as well as conserving cultural patrimonies in protected areas." End quote. The Cambodian government, along with the help of wildlife NGOs, is making a concerted effort towards preserving and reinvigorating Cambodia's treasured biodiversity, which has been threatened as the country continues to industrialize. Last year, the Ministry of Environment partnered with wildlife conservation organizations and authorities to enact a Zero Snare campaign, targeting the main players in the bushmeat market. In 2021 and 2022, the campaign removed around 90,000 snares in protected wildlife areas. The program also aims to provide economic alternatives to those who rely on trapping wildlife to maintain their livelihoods. Kristen Winters, EAC News. You're watching EAC News. Thank you for joining us. Residents, authorities, and fishermen in Banteay Meanchey Province are on high alert after 2 crocodiles were caught in the river near Phniat City this week. Crocodiles in Cambodia toe a thin line between extinction and being overfarmed in a dwindling export market. Phniat Commune Chief Hot Savi confirmed to EAC News that a crocodile weighing about 6 kilos was caught in a fisherman's net yesterday. He said this is the second one caught in Banteay Meanchey this week after a smaller crocodile was caught on Sunday, weighing about 4 kilos in the Phniat River. The commune chief called on the local people to be very careful, for the fishermen to pay extra attention to their nets, and for children to avoid playing in the river. The Siamese crocodile is indigenous to Southeast Asia and was thought to have been extinct at the turn of the 21st century, until it was spotted in the Cardamom Mountains around 20 years ago. Since then, conservationists have started many breed and release programs to grow the crocodile's population. Additionally, Cambodia is home to hundreds of crocodile farms that export the animals abroad. It is not clear where the 2 found in Banteay Meanchey come from. Kristen Winters, EAC News. You're watching EAC News. Thank you for joining us. Cambodia will be the host country of the 39th World Association of Girl Guides and Girl Scouts Conference in 2026. The announcement was made last night while the Girl Guides Association of Cambodia, or GGAC, under the leadership of Commissioner Pic Chammoni, attended this year's conference on the Mediterranean island of Cyprus.
Are you ready for us, Cambodia?
At the conference, the delegation showed pride and readiness to host the next conference in 2026 in Siem Reap, home of Cambodia's World Heritage Site, Angkor Wat.
We promise to put our best effort into organizing this invaluable event. Our experienced committee and excellent team are ready to welcome every member organization of the world in the city of a long and proud history, culture, and tradition that are still alive today.
Cambodia was on the ballot to host the next World Conference alongside African countries Tunisia and Ghana. This is another honorable hosting bid won by Cambodia, following its success hosting the ASEAN Summit in 2022 and the CN Para Games earlier this year, showing an increase in Cambodia's global reputation for international standards.
So the bid's winner, so we will meet in 3 years' time in... Are you ready for us, Cambodia?
Commissioner Pic Chammoni received congratulations from her husband, future Prime Minister Hun Manet, on social media, to which she replied with gratitude for his continued support and encouragement. The Girl Guide Association of Cambodia was founded in 1953 and currently has over 2,000 active members who gain experience in education, environment, health and safety, culture, and the arts. GGAC offers opportunities like sports, art classes, literature, outdoor activities, mentoring, and leadership development to enable young girls to reach their full potential and gain invaluable skills. This year's 38th WAGS conference has been a great opportunity for Cambodian girls to gain a global perspective while in Cyprus.
Seeing members from other countries made me feel like I have many areas to improve. I'm so grateful that I am here today.
The 39th WAGS World Conference will be held in Siem Reap under the theme, We See, We Care, We Act. Kristen Winters, EAC News. You're watching EAC News. Thank you for joining us. The Royal Government issued a sub-decree on disability identification by social model and basic rights yesterday. According to the statement, persons with disabilities will receive ID cards to make receiving social services and collecting data more efficient. EAC News reporter Anthony Ellis has the story.
Yesterday's sub-decree is designed to identify target groups of persons with disabilities and improve their livelihood and access to social services. The government will also use data to identify target groups of social assistance programs and social security. The Royal Government issued a sub-decree to provide ID cards to persons with disabilities to make it easier for them to receive benefits from social protection system and other social services in accordance with the policy of the Royal Government. Identification of disability according to social norms and fundamental rights must be implemented by the Ministry of Social Affairs, Veterans and Youth Rehabilitation, and with the support of relevant ministries and institutions such as the Ministry of Interior, the Ministry of Planning, the Ministry of Health, the Ministry of Economy and Finance, and the capital, provincial and commune administrations. The sub-decree emphasised that anyone who falsifies his disability identification or disability identification data shall be held accountable before the law. Anthony Ellis, EAC News.
You're watching EAC News. Thank you for joining us. The National Bank of Cambodia's Deputy Governor, Chia Set Rai, was promoted to governor and given the rank of senior minister by the king on Saturday, at the recommendation of Prime Minister Hun Sen. Starting at the MBC in 1999 and being promoted to deputy governor earlier this year, Chia Set Rai has made a meteoric rise since she obtained her PhD in economics in 2021. She is the daughter of former MBC Governor Chia Chanto and a member of various policy-driven committees within the central bank. Born in 1981, she was sent abroad to study at the age of 8, first in France, then in Singapore. She went on to earn a bachelor's degree in accounting and finance from New Zealand at the age of 18, a master's degree in banking in 2010, and a PhD in economics from the University of Adelaide, Australia in 2021. Some of her most prominent achievements during her 5 months as deputy governor involve promoting digital payments via agreements with China and Thailand that allow for international QR code transactions. She is also a firm proponent of increasing the use and reputation of the riel, Cambodia's national currency, and decreasing the use of American dollars in everyday Cambodian life. Chia Setrai will be the first female governor to serve the MBC. Kristen Winters, EAC News. Watching EAC News, thank you for joining us. Preliminary results released by the National Election Committee show the Cambodian People's Party and Royalist Phun Sinh Pech Party receiving the most support among the 18 parties that participated in the July 23rd election. Official results are expected to be released later this week. EAC News reporter Anthony Ellis has the details.
According to the preliminary results announced by NSC this morning, the reigning CPP dwarfed the Phun Sinh Pech by a wide margin, with the CPP receiving nearly 6.4 million votes and Phun Sinh Pech received over 700,000. According to unofficial calculations, the CPP won 120 seats in the National Assembly, while Phun Sinh Pech won 5. For the past 5 years, the CPP has held 125 seats in addition to all the seats in the Senate, of which the current Prime Minister Hun Sen plans to be the president of when he hands over the reins to his son on August the 22nd. According to the preliminary results, just over 8.2 million people went to polls on July 23rd. A total of around 440,000 invalid ballots were counted, mainly in protest of the opposition Candlelight Party not being permitted to participate in the election. Authorities are arresting those who have posted pictures of their invalid ballots under the law of the criminalisers, discouraging others from voting. So far, dozens of people have received fines and had their voting rights stripped away. Election Day was hailed by national and invited international observers as smooth, non-violent, fair and transparent. Notable absent from this year's observers were the US, the European Union and Australia, who condemned the elections as neither free nor fair, due to alleged harassment of intimidation of the opposition. Following today's announcement, if there are no complaints and no calls for re-election, the NEC will announce the official results on Friday. Anthony Ellis, EAC News.
You're watching EAC News. Thank you for joining us. 2 outstanding students from Phnom Penh's Golden Gate American School have returned home with medals won at World Scholars Cup in South Korea. The competition was held from July 14th through 19th and saw many students from many different countries compete in academic challenges like debate, collaborative writing, and knowledge quizzes. GGAS students Tep Sovan Pisai and Sok Anna said the competition motivated them to study harder and made them proud of themselves and their country.
Greeting everyone, my name is Tep Sovan Pisai. I'm the 12th graders from Golden Gate American School.
Hello everyone, my name is Sok Anna. I am a student from Golden Gate American School, grade 12.
Both outstanding GGAS students won World Scholars Cup trophies and medals while in South Korea.
I got 1 gold and 1 medal, 1 gold and 1 silver medals. The gold silver is for the debate teamwork, and the silver medal is for the collaborative writing teamwork.
Sok Anna spoke proudly of her personal improvements since competing regionally. Her hard work paid off with a trophy, 2 silver, and 2 gold medals.
I got 1 trophy. I came in 5th place in writing team, and I can see that I improved a lot from the regional round in Cambodia. As in regional round, I came in 10th place, and now I can see my result that I've improved a lot, as I can see the difference between the regional round and the global round. And I also received 2 silver medals and 2 gold medals.
Every year, thousands of students from 6 continents compete in the World Scholars Cup, which holds regional rounds distributed around the world to make them more accessible to scholars in more places. Teams from each global round are given the chance to be invited to the final Tournament of Champions, held at Yale University in the U.S. There are a number of fun activities organized for the competition, such as Scholars Challenge, Collaborative Writing, Team Debate, Scholars Bowl, and Scholars Show, which allows students from all over the world to perform on the big stage with thousands of students from different countries watching. During the show, Tepsovan Pisai chose to wear a traditional Khmer costume and show traditional Khmer dance moves on the stage, which she had just started learning from her teacher. Sovan Pisai's mother, Chatsok Rasmai, told EAC News that she is very proud of her daughter for showing off her skills on the international stage.